Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Hopefully, you're all having a fantastic Thursday. This is going to be your daily cryptocurrency market update, and we've got some really interesting things to go over. Technically, you guys know that I believe this is just a pullback, and ultimately, in my opinion, and certainly this is what I'm doing, this is to be treated as a buying opportunity. I see a higher price for Bitcoin over the remainder of the year. And ultimately, I think alt season is yet to start. I'm keeping a very close eye on Bitcoin dominance, which we've covered on the channel, and how we thought before it had actually deviated from here that there was a good chance. I have been a range trader. I have tried to trade ranges. You know, this is a good shorting opportunity at this resistance, and I think people will take that. I ultimately think that this is going to get resolved. You know, I don't think that you're going to see Bitcoin go much past 28K. So there is definitely the possibility that it comes back here. There's also a possibility you could come down and revisit this neckline that's given us that 35K target. I just don't think that's a very likely scenario. I think this is a bull market, at least over the next, if we start from December, at least, I think for the rest of this year. And I think 35K, and then you're going to attack the 40s. We've covered lots of technicals. We can break down some altcoins if you want, but altcoins are all at altcoins, and we've specified this before, are here in regards to Bitcoin. They're further behind. Ethereum is slightly ahead. We did actually put this Elliott wave theory structure. This hasn't been changed, and we got this sort of point of contact from over here. Sold off very nicely from it, but we've covered largely the technicals for Bitcoin, and it's very interesting. And this is what we're going to move on to. That we saw Gary Gensler get an absolute grilling. It was probably one of the most bullish and confirming things I've seen to date in crypto. It was a pipe dream years ago that we'd got that sort of representation, and we actually did. And yesterday we actually saw another hearing in regards to stablecoins. Now, this brings me on to my next point. So technically, you guys know what I think. Ultimately, we've took a spot long position from the start of the year. We timed it beautifully, by the way, guys. And if anyone wants to join my Patreon and scroll back and find that video on the 5th of January, please feel free to do so. We also are looking to add some swing trades. We already have one on, and we're looking, which no one's sweating on, by the way, despite the pullback. I think there's lots of people out there that would have been sweating over the past couple of days. This is as a result of leverage and not really knowing what you're doing. Also, keep an eye on Grayscale. Grayscale also at this resistance that we've looked at. It's very, very interesting, guys, what's going on. But technically, I think for the majority of people, they shouldn't be trading any kind of leverage. They shouldn't even be trying to trade. They should just be taking a position, riding the market, and letting the market and the price do the work for them. But anyway, so we saw a pretty outstanding couple of days for the crypto space in regards to how it's been represented. Now, Gary Gensler came out with this 13 hours ago. And last Friday, SEC Gov voted to issue a supplemental release to our January 2022 proposal requiring significant trading platforms to come under important rules for the markets. I don't believe this would help address comments from crypto and other market participants. Read my statement. So just as a quote, investors in the crypto market must receive the same time-tested protection that the securities law provides in all other markets. Well, you couldn't even say whether Ethereum was a security or not, mate. The guy's just I don't want to be hard. I don't believe you should be harsh about anybody. But this guy, it's very hard not to be. Calling yourself a crypto platform is not an excuse to ignore the securities law. You've not even specified whether these are securities or not. Calling yourself a DeFi platform is not an excuse to defy the securities laws. You haven't even specified whether these are securities or not. And this was and I want to just talk to you about an amazing opportunity that I think may set up. Do not take this as financial advice. And it's very much a thought. XRP right now, and the lawsuit was against Ripple, Brad, and Chris. But it involves XRP. XRP has been massively hindered as a result of the lawsuit from the SEC. And actually, a couple of days ago, we saw Gary basically get torn apart. And we've also stated this, ties in with our... And by the way, I'm not a massive XRP fan. And I'm going to get all the XRP army going, oh, how dare you, diss our beloved coin. I have been an XRP holder longer than many, many people who are now XRP converts, right? I've held it throughout the prior bear market and still a little bit throughout this bear market. However, I do think XRP's day will come. And I think actually what we saw with Gensler, let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. To me, highlights that actually the lawsuit's likely to go in XRP's favor, and they're likely to do well. And the stablecoin lawsuit, hearing yesterday, actually has provided us a couple of plays in regards to the crypto space and positions that we'll be looking to take to ride this out. This was from last month, so 20 plus days ago, for the chair of the SEC to assert that he dictates what a security is and not the legislation from what his agency derives its power is beyond comprehension. It's time for the elected officials in the US to take notice, and that they've done. When you behave like an autocrat running a $2.2 billion bloated agency, why would you ever want to provide clarity about what's in or out without clear jurisdiction? Ambiguity masquerades as power. Read that again. I like Brad. I do think the lawsuit that was brought, and I don't want this to be a Ripple specific video, against Ripple, they were very much, in my opinion, treating XRP like their bank account, and they were giving it away. They were dumping on you guys whilst you were buying, but companies do this, so who am I to judge? That's just my own personal feelings, which I should probably try and keep out of these updates, because ultimately, I'm not trying to push my thoughts necessarily on you guys. Forgive me if you can hear some building work, guys. I'm having some work done out the back of the house. So it's very interesting, and maybe there's an opportunity here. And I think actually XRP is going to have its day, and so will the associated tokens. If you want to find out more about them, please do feel free to join the Patreon. Moving on to a little bit of macro, UK inflation is not going anywhere as cost of living crisis offers no respite. So this comes on the back end of the inflationary numbers coming out a lot higher than expected. This is an issue. And actually, we saw a massive drop in inflation for the US. However, I do think it will be somewhat sticky. We've been speaking a lot about the US dollar and its demise. And I do believe the US dollar is on that path. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I think it's going to be a death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing. But there's been a lot of cutting taking place, to this point. People say the US dollar is backed by nothing, and then it goes over to show what the US is actually backed by. And in my opinion, that's violence. And certainly if you look at case studies with Libya and a number of others, then I think that becomes quite clear. This is certainly interesting. Banks had the biggest reduction in treasury holdings on record. They did indeed. I still think that there is a lot of unfolding of the hashtag banking crisis when it becomes a real crisis to take place. I think this is likely what the yield curve's predicting. However, I don't think that this is going to happen. I think we've got this kind of leeway, if you will, where yields are going to go flat and the markets are going to go up. This structure is going to be completed. We'll probably be at 40K, and then maybe it happens and we end up back at 30, something like that. But it's all still to be seen. So again, I just want to reiterate that I don't think this pullback's anything to worry about. If you're worried and sweating right now and staring at the charts, it's because you're too oversized. And you don't want to be that. I do run a Patreon if anyone wants to join it. There's a link in the description, and we do help with that and try and provide in trading and investing is never going to be comfortable, but a more comfortable environment for you, where you're not over leveraged. If you're using anything over 3x leverage, 5x leverage plus, in my opinion, you're gambling. It makes me chuckle when I see these 100x leveraged trades. It's embarrassing. EU lawmakers adopt to vote on sweeping crypto regulations. So this is coming, ladies and gentlemen. And actually what we've seen in the US has really spurred this on. We also saw a similar thing being echoed from the UK government. Ultimately, we are going to see crypto regulations, and this is massively bullish. I think crypto regulations are the very thing that take this $1.2 trillion industry into the 10s, 15s of trillions. It is coming, guys, and I think regulations are actually what's going to do that. You're going to have a lot of big money entering the market. Ethereum is burning Ethereum at a rate of $5.5 billion per year. A Shapella upgrade approaches. Ethereum is burning Ether at a rate of 5.5 billion annually, according to Ultrasound Money. Now, Ethereum, I don't believe, is Ultrasound Money. And this is interesting because this is a deflationary pressure on Ethereum. In a bull market, this becomes very, very relevant as people try and grab that supply, and this will have a taking away effect on that. That is largely what I've got for you in this video, guys. It was really just a short and sweet one. As far as the price is concerned, to me, very happy to see pullbacks. I think it's very healthy. I think it's going to set up for more continuation, and I'm treating this as an opportunity. What you guys choose to do is entirely up to you. On that note, if you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. I'm going to love and leave you, and see you all in the next one. Have a great Thursday, guys. See you on Friday.